What's up, everybody? This is Cornelius Anthony of C.A. Change Motivation. That's C.A. Change Motivation, or Coach Anthony. And I just want to give you guys a little word today that'll hopefully bless you and bring about a change that will help you live your best life. So today I want to talk to you guys about commitment. Commitment is a word or a concept that I feel is very underrated and undervalued. You know, we always talk about love, we always talk about hope, we always talk about faith, but people tend to leave out commitment. And it's very evident today in our society when you look at the divorce rates, especially among Christian couples and marriages. When you look at me being a coach, just seeing how kids, if they don't like a situation, they're quick to give up. And so I just want to talk about commitment and the importance of commitment, because I'm a product of commitment. And let me explain why. My parents were teenage parents. They had me when they were teenagers, still in high school. My dad was 19, my mother was 17, and I was every bit of the word accident. I was an accident. They were not trying to have kids. They were just doing what teenagers do. And I came about. Well, my mom could have easily aborted me. My mom had a scholarship. She told me to either UCLA or USC to go sing. She's a great singer. And my dad, just being a young player, nobody trying to have no kid at that age. But I came, and both of them committed to each other for my sake. And because of their commitment, and here's the deal, when they wasn't in love at first, they didn't love one another. They were two kids doing what kids do and ended up having a child. But my dad wanted to honor my mom and do the right thing. My mom, even though it was hard at first, honored my father and stayed committed to the relationship. And 6 years later, they got married. I remember being a ring bearer in my parents' wedding, but they got married. And eventually, they grew in love with one another. But it was the commitment, which was like the glue, that caused them to stay together. They were committed to the family. They were committed to making the relationship work because it was bigger than them. And so I am a product of commitment. My sister is a product of commitment. Her and I, grew up in a two-parent home, a very stable home, a very loving home, due to commitment. So it's a word that I take very seriously and don't take lightly. I think about my own marriage. 19 years in the game. Married, same woman, no infidelity, faithful, looking in the camera, faithful. And have those 19 years been marital bliss? Head to the now. It's been rough. It's been tough. But one thing I know, despite or no matter how my wife and I may feel about one another in any given time, because the thing about marriage is this: you have highs and you have lows. And at those low points, you feel like giving up. You feel like leaving. You feel like, man, this is not worth it. But there's one thing that I know, and she knows, is that I'm not going anywhere and she's not going anywhere. We 19 years in the game. We 4 kids deep. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't trying to pay child support and come home with $10 every 2 weeks because I'm paying for 4 kids for child support. You feel me? Nah. No, but seriously, I am committed to loving my wife. I'm committed to being in our marriage and with my wife, despite what happens. Despite what happens. And she knows that. And so it's easy that when we do have tough times, to know that weeping may endure for a night, but joy is going to come in the morning. We just got to wait this out. We're going through a rough patch right now, but she's not going nowhere. I'm not going anywhere. And eventually, we're going to fall back in love again. And that's the good thing about being committed to one another, because the makeup. The makeup is what keeps the marriage fresh. The makeup, because you're gonna have highs and lows, but on the other side of every storm cloud is the sun. And so I just want to encourage upon you guys today about being committed. Stick to your commitment. Stick to your vows. When you say you're going to do something, even when it hurts, do it. Be a person of your word. You made that vow before God and those witnesses to be in that relationship, to be in that marriage. Be committed. Be committed. Don't give up, because your blessing is right around the corner. All you have to do is give it to God, allow him to work on your behalf, and your blessing is right around the corner. Be committed, guys. That's the word for today. Be committed. Hope that little message blessed you. I know it blessed somebody out there. Somebody out there is wavering on the commitment that they have, that they're obligated to, and they're ready to throw in the towel. They're ready to give up. I'm here to tell you, it's going to get better. It's going to get greater later. All you have to do is be patient, be long-suffering, and be committed. One more thing before we go. The reason why commitment is so important is because God, through his infinite love and his agape love, unconditional love, is committed to loving us. Even when we fall short, when we do things that we know is wrong, when we sin knowingly and unknowingly, when we do those things, God is committed to loving us. And that's the type of love and commitment that we should have with one another. That's why the word commitment is so important, is because it's the glue to agape love. It's the glue to unconditional love. See, when you fall out of fellowship, just like we fall out of fellowship with God when we sin, and sin disconnects us from God, he's still committed to loving you. He's still committed to sending his son to die for your sins and raise from the dead for you. He's still committed to allow you entrance into heaven because of what he did for you, because he is committed to loving you. And we should be the same way with our spouses. We should be the same way with our family members. We should be the same way on our commitments. Allow commitment to be the love, to be the glue, and be the force, the driving force that causes you to love in spite of someone deserving that love, or not giving up on something even when the chips may be down and times are hard. Allow commitment to be that glue to keep you going until you're able to see the joy and experience the joy in whatever it is you're trying to remain committed to again. All right, that's my see a change moment for today. Hope you all were blessed. Talk to you later. See you soon.